Good evening and welcome to Drakkenheim. This is the Dungeon Dudes weekly 5th edition actual play campaign. My name is Monty Martin, running our game as Game Master.
And I'm Kelly McLaughlin, playing Sebastian Crow, the half-elf shadow sorcerer. And we're joined today by our good friends.
Jill Denitis, playing Veosenia, the Tabaxi Gloomstalker Ranger Rogue.
And Joe Gorman, playing Pluto Jackson, the human battlemaster.
Thank you for joining us once again. If you are just tuning in for the very first time, welcome. We are the Dungeon Dudes, and Kelly and I post new videos every other Tuesday and every Thursday on our YouTube channel, where we cover everything for tabletop role-playing games, including advice for players and guides for game masters.
You can also join us on Tuesday evenings when we present the campaign live on Twitch. You can check us out from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can also watch the video episodes of the show on YouTube, which come out on Friday, or check us out as an audio-only podcast as well.
And for those of you who have been watching for some time already, you might notice a bit of a shift in how the show looks and feels as of this episode. We are back in the basement, and it feels so good. Yeah. And with this change, of course, there have been some changes to our technical setup. So with that, we would really appreciate your feedback on how everything is looking, feeling, sounding, what you think about the new style of how we're putting the show together. Tell us about that all in the comments or the chat below. We would love to hear that as we get used to doing this once again, because we haven't been here for over a year.
I don't know who these people are.
Yeah. Oh, but I am so thrilled to be back. So I think with that, no further ado is necessary. Let us return to Drakkenheim.
Drakkenheim is no more. The devastation which fell upon that accursed place left a kingdom in ruin. Now, horrors lurking in the haze grow ever more great and terrible, while simmering tensions between rival factions boil over into outright war. The power of monarchs, mages, and priests hangs in the balance. 6 unlikely heroes join forces to confront the coming chaos. They shall decide, once and for all, the fate of Drakkenheim.
Welcome back to the fate of Drakkenheim. When last we left our heroes, they had just completed the great Gasconade in the great city of Liberio, where, having been victorious in their duel against the Knights of the Silver Order, now they set upon a new task. With the negotiations with the Illyrians well underway, the final point going forward seems to be that Wilhelm has 3 months to get the House of Westermar back in order and all the nobles back in line, so that the Lord Regent, Polonius Reed of Illyria, will guarantee the support on the terms that you agreed to. So with that, our heroes departed Liberio and returned back to Westermar. A journey of little over a week, so it's already taken some time cutting some time away from those 3 months to head first to meet one of the dukes that you had some minor engagements with recently with this whole Illyrian business, and that is the Duchess of Geldstadt, Ursula von Sindau. And so over the course of several days, you travel with the whole train, both with Wilhelm, Sebastian, Veo, Paluto, Rudy, and Wrath, everyone together, making the journey back from Liberio into the heartlands of Westermar, passing along the edges of the Ochtenwald Forest and journeying on roads that you have taken many times before now. It is worth noting that along these routes, several of the Illyrian soldiers that were marching in Westamar are still along this route. And so as you do so, you pass by their camps and fortifications that had been set up. But it is an uneasy peace, but a peace nonetheless, as you pass by them. During this time, I would like to let you know that you have leveled up to level 14 with all the experiences that you have had. So, tell us about what Veo, Sebastian, and Paluto have gained at the 14th level.
Should I go first? Yeah, me. Okay. So Veo has received an extra level in Rogue. So we've gone up and received a feature called, oh gosh, where is it? Magical Ambush. So if you're hidden from a creature when you cast a spell on it, the creature has disadvantage on any saving throw made against the spell this turn. So we've adjusted some of her spells. We've taken away one and brought in Hold Person as a potential to use with that. Hold Person. So that will be exciting. And also received one more dice, rogue dice.
Oh, sneak attack
Sneak
dice.
attack dice, that's
Nice,
it. So
nice.
one more sneak attack dice, which is exciting.
More damage.
More damage for Veo.
And that's what we needed. Vale wasn't doing enough damage.
Yeah, we found that Vero was
Nearly.
really lacking in damage.
So we're throwing her a bone with that. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
No? Cool.
Yeah.
So Sebastian's been practicing, obviously he's been using magic to teleport for some time now. He had Thunderstep, he's used his abilities to channel in on his abilities to teleport, and he's trying to become better at it. That's his area of study at the moment. So he's gained 2 things. He's gained an ability called Shadow Walk. So now he doesn't even need to use a spell slot. As long as he is in dim light or darkness, as a bonus action, he can magically teleport up to 120 feet to another area that is occupied by dim light or darkness. So he's going to be jumping through shadows a lot. On top of that, Sebastian's trying to give up some of his older habits and make room for new improvements. One of his old habits was burning bridges with paladins. Burning courtyards of paladins?
Burning bridges with paladins on them?
Burning bridges with paladins on them. So he's gotten rid of Wall of Fire, no longer suits him, and he has gained the 7th level spell, Teleport. Again, honing in on his ability to move through time and space. I believe that Sebastian believes that teleport will be crucial in the upcoming events.
How many teleportation abilities and spells does Sebastian have now?
I still have Thunderstep.
Okay.
Do I have Dimension Door? I don't think I do. So really it's Thunderstep, Shadow Step, or whatever that ability is called.
No, you have Dimension Door. I saw that.
Do I? Oh, I have Dimension Door.
Okay.
So I have Thunderstep, Dimension Door, Shadow Step, and Teleport.
you also have Vortex Warp?
I also have Vortex Warp. So,
Okay.
For teleportation of any size.
Sebastian's moved away from fire as he's gained more knowledge, and he's moved into the world of manipulating.
Transportation. Sebastian Shipping and Co.
Yeah. He's starting a business.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to burn bridges anymore. He wants to build them with convenient transportation.
Fast, reliable, cheap.
Incidentally, as your new ability comes into mastery, one of the things that perhaps River Eldrick mentioned to you is that teleportation is a service that the Academy does technically provide to the nobility and typically to the royalty, of course. So Eldrick himself is like, good that you finally mastered that spell. It will be very needed with all this business with the king.
It wasn't my first choice, but I mean, I guess I'm kind of back in school again, so they made me learn it.
So you're a school bus? you have to try.
Wait, what's the It's like, I hated school, but now I drive the school bus.
Who's in charge now?
Yes, thank you, Pluto. I am now essentially a school bus.
Yeah. And you're driving around nobility, and they're like, "Come on, Sebastian, we gotta get to this by 8
I'm
p.m."
a limo driver. Thank you. That's way different. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, yep, you're right,
And Pluto?
Pluto, upon achieving the 14th level, has really honed in on his ability to swing his sword at things he cannot see, and dipped into the fighting initiate feat and taken blind fighting.
It is kind of weird when a fighter takes a 14th level fighter takes the fighting initiate.
I am but a student once again. Going to school. We're going to school.
I can take you there.
Can I hop on?
Yeah.
So the idea being that Pluto's tired of fighting the invisible enemies, and he always looks like he's fighting his inner demons when he's swinging his sword wildly. But now it has purpose and it has meaning, and he's hoping to once again conquer the unseen. He has already conquered the seen, but now he must conquer the unseen. And I think that's all I get.
Nice. All those hit points go up. I don't think this is a proficiency bonus bump. This level, no. No. Okay.
Mine's a 5.
Okay.
Do we get a long rest as well?
You would have had several, of course, because you have traveled for some time. Yes, I would hope so. Yeah. Yeah. So, after several days of travel on the roads of the southern stretches of Westamar, you swing back to approach Geldstadt. And the city of Geldstadt is one of the cultural gems of Westamar. And as you approach the city in the evening, the twinkling orange-red street lamps that line the cobblestone roads are already alight in the distance, because Geldstadt is a walled city that it has entirely been built on this large, partially dug out island in the Glitterwash River, which is the river that drains from the mountains, bringing down rich gold from the mountains. And so Geldstadt got its name from all the gold panning that used to happen along the Glitterwash River. And so the entire city, as you come up to it, it is kind of this, from above it's this oblong sort of egg-shaped wall that comes around the city. That's kind of the shape of the city itself. And the whole river here has been built up along either sides with gates crossing the river at either end of the city. And then the whole city sort of rises up around from the walls in these very tight cobblestone streets that weave between the townhomes. Many are all decorated with plush curtains, for very wealthy folk live in Geldstadt. And that opulence is on full display as you see the inhabitants of the city sporting the finest fashions, many imported from Liberio, and spreading gossip about about the artists of the city. The many craftspeople are ending their day, but Geldstadt itself also is home to many galleries, theaters, and even a grand opera house, giving it a very vibrant cultural life. That said, having now come from Liberio, it feels like a trip to the country. Geldstadt is a much smaller city than Liberio, only home to about 20,000 people. And so by comparison to the hustle and bustle, Liberio in its culture is bombastic, loud, a melting pot of hundreds of different peoples of all walks of life and very different types of people. But in Geldstadt, that refinedness, that wealthy highbrow notion is really what dominates the city here. So whereas in Liberio there is so much popular artistry, so much street performance, all that vibrancy, especially all the smells of food and partying, Geldstadt is a little bit quieter and more refined in that respect, almost as if this is where the wealthy go to retreat away from and enjoy the finer things in life, away from perhaps what they would call the rabble.
And here comes the rabble.
And here comes the rabble indeed. Not far from Geldstadt proper is the estate of House von Sindow. The von Sindow estate is nominally called Castle Sindow, but it is in no respect could be considered a defensive fortification at all. It is rather a sprawling country manor house that has gardens stretching out before it that are maintained by a whole crew of servants and gardeners and housekeepers. As you are from the city, because you cross through the city onto the other side to get to the Sindow estate, and there are rows and rows of gardens and a massive hedge maze out in front of the estate. The estate is so large that it does have a guest wing, which now that the political climate is starting to become a little bit cooler from what it was before, the Duchess Ursula von Sindow has extended her invitation for the king to stay at the estate. And as part of that entourage, the three of you have also been provided with guest quarters. And so arriving later in the evening, there is a flurry of activity as all of you are settled down and shown to your rooms and greeted. But in the haste of almost everything, there's a moment where Wilhelm is able to have a moment to be introduced to the Duchess herself. But for Sebastian, Veo, and Paludo, you're all hurried off to your guest quarters and catch only a slight glimpse of the Duchess herself.
As long as that rushing means we're getting to dinner faster, we'll meet her later.
It seems like a pretty fancy establishment. I bet they're going to pair some nice wine with that dinner.
It's been a long trip, so it's nice to just how did we get her? Like a wagon?
Wait,
Did I take a wagon?
What you can imagine is that the group that you travel with is what we would call a train, which is a series of carts and soldiers that are on horseback that are traveling all together in a basically a caravan line, right? Obviously, it's not transporting goods. This is a group of people moving as one, but it is a caravan train essentially.
Yeah, we're probably sleeping in fields.
did they give us 3 rooms or 1?
Yeah, because we don't use the other 2 rooms, is what Sebastian's saying. We all go to this is our quarters?
There's one of those things that after years in Drakkenheim, maybe a year in Drakkenheim, I don't know how long we spent in Drakkenheim. It seems like years. But
in my head.
We got so used to sleeping next to each other.
For safety, for warmth.
There's no other option anymore.
Yeah, I can't fall asleep truly without Veo and Sebastian.
Without my screams, my night terrors.
That we can smother.
Listen, we're not smothering him with a pillow in the night. Is it even a,
I mean,
trip?
it's gotten lesser, guys.
Am I even getting a long rest?
Yeah.
The Duchess's steward, a man named Bertolt, as he shows you to your individual rooms, and he sighs with exasperation. He's a rather portly man himself, more astute to command the von Sindow staff than lift a finger himself. And he says, "Very well, I will have our people move the beds into one room."
That's all we're asking. Ever.
Should we tell them that we're just going to use one bed, or
No. Let him move the beds.
All right.
Well, you can put them together.
Oh.
One big bed.
We can jump on them.
Yes, move the beds into one room. We'll sort it out from there. Thank you, sir.
Guys, I'm hoping this place seems fancy enough where I can probably tick something off of my bucket list of things to eat. I'm hoping either some Kraken calamari or some basilisk brisket. Look at these digs.
Ooh, yeah.
I wonder what I'll have for dinner.
Do you know how hard it is to get Kraken calamari?
How hard can it be? They can import it.
You only need like one of the.
I mean, one Kraken
Potentials.
does feed people for a long time. I will say that.
Right?
I'm just gonna get an arm.
The dinner that you are served this evening is taken in a smaller chamber, but it is a lovely veal roast.
I mean, really good still.
Maybe not what
You're like picking at it, like, aw.
Like, it's
Looking at
pretty
your
good.
list.
Listen, I've come a long way from eating
Yeah, this is your third
rat
helping.
legs.
Yeah, do you guys remember eating rats on a stick? Like,
I'm just like-
and we just accepted that
Didn't we
as
eat that fish person?
I'm still not opposed to eating those things.
we don't talk about
saying.
Blip Bloop.
We don't talk.
We don't talk about Blue Blue. But, like, yeah, this is after, like, my 4th helping. I'm just like, it's okay.
It is astounding, the opulence, though, that is on display throughout the estate. Every room in the Von Sydow Manor House is decorated tip to tail with painting and artwork of all kinds. The adjoining rooms from one to the next are almost like an endless gallery where you will step into any given room, a drawing room, whether it is the guest chambers that you're staying in, and there will be paintings of various sizes hanging on the walls, anywhere, dozens on each wall, some depicting historic scenes, others landscapes. But certainly in other chambers, you start to notice that there is a progression in the artwork, as if there, and certainly even to your own eyes, you can see maybe several of these are by the same artists, and even the ceilings have been painted as well with their own frescoes and artwork. There's statuary in every room, sculpture as well throughout, all ranging in very very refined styles of either family members of the Von Sydows, other scenes from history, but a few more eclectic pieces are found here and there. And Sebastian, as you were coming through one of the chambers between your room and your own, where you had your dining room, it's one of the main foyers. Stop for a moment because there is a painting that is hanging here that is shockingly realistic. It depicts a wide landscape with a sunset on a slightly cloudy day. And for a moment, when you passed by it, you thought that it was a window, but it was a painting because the clouds are moving and the sunlight glimmers in the painting.
Am I the only one who noticed this?
You were the first one to notice it.
I stand there for a second looking out the window, admiring the view. This view doesn't check out with... Is this a magic window? And then I notice the frame, and I'm like... I actually go and I start examining, like, how's this working? Realizing that it is a painting. Veo, Pluto. Have you guys seen a painting like this before? Come here. Look at this.
Oh, that's...
It's moving, right?
Yeah, it's definitely moving.
Is it one of those that it moves differently, like, from different
Can
angles?
I see behind it? Can I pull out? Can I, is it?
Yeah, you can pull it out. It's not attached. Like, it's hanging on the wall, but it's still attached.
I walk up and I'm gonna. I don't want to wreck the painting, but like,
Don't touch the painting.
is it paint? Is it painted with paint?
Give me an investigation check.
I learned anything from living at the castle that you don't touch the paintings.
That's gonna
guest
be an 18.
You examine it very closely, and as you when you look at a painting, you can see the grains of the canvas underneath, and you can see the grains of the canvas, but you have to get very close to see them, and there is a slight layering of. There is the paint that is there, and as you look closely, the paint itself is moving.
Okay, I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna put my goggles on.
Like, have you ever seen paint flow?
Yeah.
Imagine as if the paint was still... The paint is dry, but it's wet paint. It's still almost like it's wet paint that is still moving to create the image.
Accommodate, like, the glimmer and the...
I'm gonna slide on my lenses for gems for the gem of seeing, and look at the painting.
Give me an Arcana check.
That's gonna be 17.
You look really, really closely, and examining it with the gem of seeing, with your magic, the pigment in this paint is crushed delirium.
Yeah, don't touch the painting.
Fair, fair.
What is it? Who's the artist? Does it say? Is there like a name?
It does not say on the painting.
Oh, this is concerning. They shouldn't just have these things hanging about. This, at least, should be under the supervision of the Academy.
There's
But-
a lot of nice stuff here. Like, a lot.
Yeah, who's painting with delirium?
Who has the money to paint with delirium?
That's a good question.
Now, Wilhelm's in meetings right now, but, like, are we allowed to barge in and ask who painted her paintings with like, the Duchess?
Maybe we should try to find if there's more paintings.
Maybe the steward guy's knows.
Yeah, what was his name?
Bertolt.
Bertolt.
He's like heaving a bed into a
Bert.
room.
Let's find Bert.
Yeah, we go back up to where he's possibly heaving beds into a room.
Okay.
Or directing people.
Yeah. So as you return to your rooms, you find, after a small amount of time, you find Bertolt ordering some staff around and he's like, "My apologies, your room is not ready yet. Please avail yourself of the grounds and things will be ready shortly. I apologize for how late it's become."
Bertel, no problem. You're doing a great job.
Well, we seeing how you're head of this household and so refined, we had a question about one of the paintings in one of the room. We thought you would have the knowledge of
We're
it.
like super arts based.
Myself, I despise painting. I think it's just an absolute waste of time, and certainly the accounts of the family cannot endure it. But nevertheless, if you have a question about the paintings, you should speak with the Duchess's son.
Oh, okay.
Where can we find the Duchess's son?
He is in the tower.
Oh, that sounds like a long walk.
You can just teleport us.
I have to know the location.
He told you it's in the tower.
He grabs one of the pages and says to the young page, "Take these 3 to see the Master Wizard."
The son is a master wizard.
Yes, he's a member of the Academy. He's the court wizard.
Does he paint?
He would no, but I believe he buys many of the paintings.
Interesting. Maybe I know him. Maybe we went to school together.
Maybe.
You never know.
Maybe he knows how to teleport to the top of the tower. And walk. Just got off a train and I gotta
Okay,
walk.
I just learned the spell, and the less familiar I am, the more likely we end up in a wall.
Yeah.
Do you want to end up in a wall, Pluto?
I don't know if I can handle the stairs.
We don't want to become the art, Pluto.
Yeah.
You're losing your leg strength.
The painting is
The stairs is going to help you with your leg strength,
Yeah,
okay?
it's leg day, Pluto.
Are you kidding me?
Can you even stairs?
Like
The young page, maybe perhaps there are 13 or so. Are you coming?
Oh, sorry, we were arguing. Yes, we're on our way.
I pick
Carry
up
me.
Sebastian. It's part of my leg day.
They lead you through the estate, and on the other wing of the estate there is a turret-style tower abutting the estate. The estate itself has several of these kind of towers on its side to give it the impression that it's a castle when it's definitely, like, it is not a fortification, but it has that architectural style where it still has castle-like elements to the overall estate to it. And what's notable about this tower is that you can tell that it does rise up and offer some separation and privacy from the rest. And as you come up to the wooden door that leads to the tower proper, the page says, he'll be very excited to meet you. To meet you. You're a wizard too, right?
So to speak. How well do you know this Master Wizard?
I mean, he's lived here the whole time that I've been here. He's the Duchess's son.
How many rings does he wear?
I don't know.
Okay. What's his name?
You can't call him any royal title. You just don't know that, right? Or any noble title, right? He's Oswald.
Oswald. Do I know Oswald?
There's a lot of Academy mages.
I know an Oswald.
I put you down.
Bonds.
Okay, you've been holding
you like backwards.
Yeah, as I'm talking, you set me down. Yeah, we're ready to meet Oswald.
The page knocks on the door and says, Master Oswald, there's another wizard and the guests to see you. And a short while later, the door opens, and a man perhaps in his mid-40s, very pale in complexion, with a slightly flabby face, but clean-shaven and almost entirely bald, opens the door. He has very thin eyebrows, and he opens the door, adjusts his glasses, and he smiles warmly, and he says, Sebastian Crow, at my study, I have heard so much about you, sir, and this must be Pluto Jackson and Veo Senya. I am so honored to have you in my family home. Welcome.
Ozzy, it's a pleasure.
It's like we're old friends and we've just met.
I was going to introduce myself as I'm up to do, but it seems that there's a phrase here that I'm forgetting. You know who my reputation precedes me.
I was very worried that with you associating with the king that you would not have any time for another lonely academy wizard just in a dusty old post like mine. But I mean, I have things pretty good.
Ozzy, I make it my job to know the wizards in the areas that we visit. It's very important.
Yes, yeah. And he offers his hand, and he has very pudgy, like sausage fingers, and he's kind of sweaty, but he shakes you all, and you see it. He wears 5 rings, and beyond his academy rings, though, he's dressed like a nobleman, not a mage. And so he is wearing fine clothing, and the other hand of his finger, he's got his academy rings on one hand, but he has rings that you would expect a noble to wear on the other.
Right. They're easily differentiated, though. Like
yeah. And behind him is, he says, come on in. He says to the page, tell Bertolt, what do you like? Do you like tea? Do you like wine?
This guy loves wine.
Well, I've had a lot with dinner. I'd actually love a tea.
Oh, very, very good. Very good. I am so thrilled. Come in. And he leads you into his own little parlor, which is one of the rooms of the tower. There's a staircase that lines up, and you've been in a lot of wizards' towers. If you didn't know better, you'd be like, this is not a wizard's tower. Normally, you would be thinking, oh, there'd be books everywhere. It would be in complete disarray. No, this is a posh, beautiful room with a lovely couch and settee, a beautiful fireplace, and stunningly, several more of these moving paintings. And he leads you into the room, and he says, have a seat. Oh, and he rubs his hands together. Oh, I have heard so many things about your adventures. You know that one of the writers here in Geldstad is already writing a play.
Who's playing Sebastian Crow?
It hasn't been cast yet.
Guys,
What's it called?
Well, I've heard of a few different titles, but I just heard that it was being written. There's no final title yet.
What if they called it The Tale of the Three Crows and you got the actual Sebastian Crow to play Sebastian Crow? I'm just throwing it out there. Just what if?
You're like
you know?
we can't have you doing a play, committing to a play. Like you have like a ton of responsibilities.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure.
Like I hope you know.
It's been a little bit of a pet project of mine, but you know Mom made sure that there were a little bit of money so for it. So it's absolutely wonderful.
Just make sure that actor who plays me gets fed really well. That's all I ask.
Part of the.
They, getting into character, they'll want to have the best of the best.
And you'll need the most attractive person to play Pluto Jackson.
Well, they have to be also the strongest, which is impossible because I'm the strongest. So like,
And the
I don't
most
think I can
attractive.
ever be cast. I don't think they'll ever be able to find someone.
might have
The
the second
strongest, most
strongest.
attractive person in Geldstad
Other than
would
you.
need to be cast as you.
It'll have to be like a. We'll have to be like a sad compromise. No, you're right. I think we should actually be because I think only I can do justice.
And I think do we have time to act how long's the play running for?
I hope not 3 months because we have a.
Well, you must it, as long as Mom wants it to. As long as it entertains her, she'll watch it every night.
This could be our new career.
Yeah, we could just give up.
Wait. I feel like there was some reason why we were coming.
Right. Ozzy,
Paintings.
Focus.
What are the
I
other
need to-
paintings of in the room?
your paintings are beautiful.
Oh, thank you. They're not by me. I don't have. I love the arts, but I couldn't do it to save my life.
As a fellow wizard, the paintings here are obviously magical in nature.
They're absolutely stunning, aren't they?
Yes.
You saw the one that was out in the foyer.
Yes, I do.
Ah, yes. I believe that one is called the Endurance, and it's by a wonderful artist. All of them. They're part of a series. A wonderful artist named Perrin Landsknecht, who lives in Geldstad. I've had them under commission for a little while, and they've been producing some absolutely stunning work.
I assume they've been a painter for a while. Have the paintings always moved, or when did that start
How
to
does
occur?
that work? Like, blow my mind, Ozzy. How does the painting like? Is it actually looks real?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's the skill of the artist. Now, as far as I know, Perrin's no mage, but whatever they've done with this, they said to me it was something about the pigment that they did, and
And you were curious as a mage how this artist got these paintings to move?
oh no, of course I know how they got it to move.
And what have you discovered?
Can we speak a little plainly about the matter?
Of course.
Is there anyone else in the room?
No.
Is it just us?
You close the door. Perrin's a lovely friend, but has their demons, like many artists do, and shall we say, I might have had a few things that you're no doubt familiar with aqua delirium, yes?
Yes, I'm aware.
It has a strange effect on those who cannot cast spells.
What?
Oh.
Perrin... I don't know. I try not to pry. Genius is a delicate thing, of course, but
But you supply it to him.
well, no, I don't anymore. I stopped. But there are ways of getting it.
Further question, Ozzy. Are you implying that they drink aqua delirium and therefore are able to produce the painting, or are they using aqua delirium in the painting?
All I know is that Perrin is a gifted artist. And I have tried with my friend to encourage them and warn them of that it is a tricky substance to use. One that is meant for magic, and certainly the magic that Perrin has produced of late is incredible. I have my own concerns about them, but the work is astonishing.
Ozzy, I don't mean to continue to pry on this painting. We obviously came here just to meet the court wizard. But we also, my family back in Emberwood Village, it's been a while since I've been home, and they love art. And I was hoping to get something special commissioned for them, and I would love to get the address of this painter.
Certainly. Again, I must warn you. Perrin, as I said, Perrin is very gifted, but perhaps you might be able to warn Perrin about things.
I will do what I can. I don't want to stop an artist from creating beautiful art, but how long are these meetings going on with Wilhelm and the Duchess? Like, do we have time to go talk to an artist?
I'm sure we do. Why wouldn't we?
We'll double check on that. We're not needed, are we?
It seems like it's just high level stuff. It's.
Yeah,
I mean, Wilhelm needs to also like kind of dive into this stuff. You know, this is like a good test for him. It should be kind of like an easy in. Give him his space. If he has questions, he'll come find us.
Well, if you guys want to go for a walk around Geldstad, we can maybe check out the sights.
You're going to go this evening?
If there's nothing else going on.
Why not?
The city is lovely in the night. Take care, of course. Again, yes, I don't know if the artist has had... Perrin has met with much success with these new paintings. They're a fascination both to myself and my mother. But, do you think that it's dangerous?
I have some concerns. Being a fellow wizard, I'm sure you're aware of both the power and dangers of using delirium. And generally speaking, I mean, have you informed anybody else in the academy about this? Because technically using delirium to create anything that isn't under the guidance of the academy could be problematic.
I mean, I must admit, Sebastian, I'm fascinated by your adventures and everything that you do, but I was never really one that I wanted to be an academy mage, if you will. I'm just trying to live the trappings of the life that I thought I was going to live before it turned out that I could make fire come out of my fingertips.
Right.
Sounds like you're not the adventuring type, Ozzy.
I mean, I've been able to muster up a couple spells and do this and that, but I must admit, when I realized that I would never be able to be the Duke of Geldstad, well, that was a very disappointing day.
Well, I mean, what we found on our many adventures that you've heard about is that delirium can turn any simple thing into an adventure. those paintings on your walls, well, who knows what they could bring your way adventure-wise. So I think it's best if we go talk to this artist.
I do love them. It's like looking into another world, though, isn't it?
It is, which is concerning.
Yeah. Who knows when that world is gonna turn dark and really.
Maybe Perrin's fine. Maybe it's just the magic. It does. The staff that you're carrying, the things that you have. I'm sure that delirium can be used for some good things.
Here's all that I'm saying, Ozzy. As if you've heard of my adventures, you might be well aware that as an Academy mage, I too am. I learn the rules so that I can break them properly. And my worry is that somebody who hasn't been introduced to the Academy in any capacity might not understand the full flow of rules that exist in the Academy. Not only is using delirium potentially dangerous, and maybe they've mastered it, but if they haven't, their paintings could be dangerous. And if the Academy gets wind of this, they could be in danger.
I could be in danger.
For supplying.
Your lifestyle
So,
could be in danger.
I'm going to go down there. We're going to just talk to them. See the ins and outs of this operation. And just... I would love for them to continue to produce these incredible paintings. I just want to make sure that we're not going to cause... What does Wilhelm Rath and Rudy call it? Thin places? To just appear? I don't know, delirium problems. We'll just call them delirium.
Incidents.
I don't want there to be an incident.
There it is. It's the easiest way to say it.
Yeah. We'll just say that. There could be any number of incidents that occur from this. And I think it's my nobody's really told me what my responsibilities here are. They just kind of bring me along. But I think I'm supposed to like double check to make sure there's no magical interference with our political shenanigans that we're in the midst of. So I guess it's important that I look into this.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Very well then. I'll give you the address. He's their Perrin is just in a cottage on the corner of town. They use it as their studio and live there as well. It's all bought and paid for by the family.
Are they there alone?
I believe so, yes. I believe they live alone there.
Okay. In the meantime, we'll enjoy the sights of Geldstad and have a grand old time. What's the best food to get around here? I know we just had dinner, but I'm sure Veo's going to be hungry in...
Now.
Oh, look at my magic watch. Now.
It's happening.
Ooh, well,
Thanks for looking out for me.
there's several good places along the way, but the orchards around Geldstad are the best in Westamar. And if you like apple pie or any other fruit that you should desire, there's some very fine pies available.
We'll pick you up a pie. How many pies do you need?
Like at least 15.
We'll pick you up 15 pies
At least 50.
on the way. 15, really? All for you?
Yeah, if you guys want any, you gotta get your own. 15.
15 pies.
Yeah, we knew that. We knew this going in, though.
Well, I'm not gonna eat them all at once. Like maybe like 7 or 8, and then the rest are to take home.
Snacks.
I once ate a whole pie, and my tummy was upset for days.
You guys have a very small tummy.
Yeah, wait, hold on. You eat towels.
Yeah, and my tummy is upset for days. By the way, I really need to talk to my mom again, but we'll get to that later.
Yep.
Do they sell towels anywhere in town?
I'm sure they do, but I have the servants take care of that kind of thing.
Have the servants deliver some towels. Wait, why am I telling you? I'm going to talk to... Never mind. Sorry. We're going to be on our way. We're going to go find...
It was really nice to meet you, Ozzy. You really threw Sebastian for a loop. I think he always wants his fame to precede him, and then he got thrown off by someone actually being a fan.
I am so used to walking into the room and announcing who I am. This is the first time that somebody has known who I was when I walked into a room.
Most of the time there's recoil instead of excitement.
Yeah.
So I
Someone's
apologize.
usually on fire by minute 8, so this is a really great. Really
I
great
didn't
move.
set anything on fire.
You should be really proud of yourself. We made a
I'm
breakthrough.
really proud.
As I said, Perrin is a talented person, but they do have their own demons.
I'm well aware of having your own demons. Are they dogs?
I don't think Perrin has any dogs, no.
Oh.
I think we're past our days of beating nerds up for their homework.
We're past the point of beating nerds up for their homework, so unless they attack us, we will not burn their house down.
Okay. I hope so.
No guarantees though.
Well, with that,
Weird way to leave a conversation, but okay. See ya, Ozzy. And I pick up Sebastian.
If you ever want to come by the Inscrutable Tower, invite's always there. Just like
Carry you
Throw
downstairs.
it away.
Apple pie. Apple pie. Ready for some apple pie.
as you head into Geldstadt, the lingering scent of apple pie hangs on the air by the bakeries that are closed. Okay.
They're closed?
It's the evening.
We can't get apple pie.
How late in the evening? Where's the orchard? Are they?
It's like 8 o'clock at night, maybe 9 o'clock at night.
Wow, they
Okay.
close early.
This isn't Liberio. I'm realizing that now. In Liberio, things were open all night. This place seems to close down pretty early.
Not
Sorry,
gonna wake up
Vale.
early in the morning to get
No,
pie.
There'll be some taverns that maybe have some fresh pie.
Yes, let's find the tavern.
Wait, hold on. No, we're gonna ask Bert
I'm gonna
before we
follow my
leave
nose.
to summon us some pies for when we get home,
Yeah.
and then we can go and talk to Perrin. Maybe throw him off
Hopefully
a little
it
bit.
doesn't have to go to a couple places to get all 15.
I feel like they gotta have like an in-house bakery, like a
They do.
yeah. So just want some fresh pies when we get back. So Bert, I'm gonna find Bert. Bert, the beds look great, by the way. We had to push them up against each other, but that's just a note. Well, it won't affect your overall rating. But what I wanted to ask was, can you have some fresh pies for when we get back? We're gonna be back closer to midnight.
And not mini pies.
I also just wanted, we're not needed in any of the discussions, right?
Bert doesn't know that, but you can talk to Elias Drexel about it. Elias Drexel's here. Eldrick, River, they're all
Bert,
all here.
don't even worry about it. If anybody asks for us, just say we've gone for a night on the town, and we'll be back in the morning.
very well, sir.
That should cover it, right?
That's a pretty good blanket.
Blanket statement, nobody needs us.
Full-size pies.
Full-size
Just make
pies.
sure you're like Anne.
Full-size pies, Bert.
15.
Like 8 to 10 inch minimum diameter. Like I want to make sure.
So you leave the estate to head back towards the city. Traveling back down the road yourselves by foot. It's about an hour on foot back from the estate to the city proper of Geldstadt. But the gates let you through. And you follow the instructions that were provided to you by Oswald towards Perrin's home and studio. Perrin's home is a 2-story square building that is a well-appointed townhome manor, as befits an artist with noble patronage. Definitely one of the finer places in town. The outside of the building is in visibly worse condition than the other townhomes beside it, as if it has been poorly maintained. And there are curtains that are drawn across and the windows quite heavily, although there is a balcony that looks out onto the street. But the doors to it are shuttered and curtains are drawn over it. There is a faint glow from within. One might immediately think that it was candlelight, but it has a bit of a bluish tinge to it, coming from the window on the second floor. The lower level is dark.
Well, guys, good news. If things go awry, this place definitely looks flammable.
No.
If
Probably
things go
a lot
awry,
of things in there that are more than flammable. You gotta be careful. We don't know.
if
in this city.
if things go awry, guys, the last time we came to check something out, there were like exploding. Well, the last time I went to check something out, yeah, there was exploding corpses in the basement. So
Guys, do you think this is the time that we should bring up potion inspectors? Because we are looking for potions.
I'll knock.
I mean, we could just say we're interested in paintings.
Oh, okay.
But do you think we need to? Do we need to?
Are we too famous now? Is that one of the problems? Like, do people just know us?
I mean, I can disguise myself if need be. Ooh, do we need to disguise ourselves?
Like, Veo, what if Sebastian and I knock at the front door and you could, like, climb up to the balcony
Yes.
and wait?
I also have the ability to disguise all of us. We could be disguised as just painting inspectors.
From the academy or not from the academy?
We're
More like art critique.
Not from the academy. I don't want to. So
Art
that's the thing
critics?
is, my robes might freak them out.
Yeah.
My
They might-
muscles might freak them out.
Exactly.
Right.
We'll all be scrawny, non-assuming, painting purchasers. Excited.
I'm always scrawny. Can you make me not scrawny?
I will make you buff. I will make you scrawny. I'll make me somewhere in the middle. We will all be painting inspectors, excited about the new potential of their art.
Yeah, can we just get a read on what we think they're up to? Like, are we worried that they are doing something nefarious?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't
I
know
would
if
assume when there's delirium that there's something nefarious going on.
I don't assume their intention is to be nefarious, but we need to be aware that that's a possibility. I also
Sure, and
they're painting with delirium, and on top of that, they may be aware of the rules of the academy. In which case, one of the most famous mages in the whole world showing up at their doorstep in academy robes might not go over well if they are aware. Maybe they're not aware, but I think it's safer if we are just painting inspectors.
Okay.
are you gonna make me look like a human?
I'm going to cast Seeming
Okay.
on the three of us, and I'm going to make Pluto look like a less handsome, scrawny, non-armored version of himself, just wearing pretty...
Nice robes, right? We should be wearing.
Right,
pretty
we're
nice
in
stuff.
Geldstad, so he's wearing fancy-ish robes, like mid-tier fancy. Veo is now a human, wearing... What do you want to wear?
Yeah, nice robes. Maybe with a little bit of paint on them, only because I'm also an artist.
Right.
Yeah, you're the
Yeah.
artist that's part of the collaboration. We have a great backstory.
And
Yeah.
I will go as Mortimer Bixby,
Oh.
Painting this
painting inspector. So,
fired due to his lack of quality
bald,
control.
monocle, nice, nice slacks and a frilly shirt
Oh.
Ooh, and I have a paintbrush.
Is it
tucked
an
in your
illusion?
pocket.
Is it an
It's an illusion, yes.
So I don't feel any different?
No.
Okay.
And yes, I will be wearing a painting apron and carrying one of those pallets.
Wait, you're gonna walk around with that? I thought it was actually kind of ridiculous, and I wanted to take back the paintbrush thing.
Oh.
But you're doubling down on it.
I
so-
have my hair, because actually I have long black hair now, and I have it actually like half tied up with paintbrushes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's believable. I think all of this is super believable.
There we go, perfect. And we approach the door.
I knock. I want to knock.
Okay, you knock on the door, and there is silence.
Okay, you knock.
Hello? We're here to buy paintings. We are painting purchasers and inspectors. Here to buy your incredible paintings.
We love art.
Love it.
There is a strange whisper from the other side of the door. A raspy voice, or perhaps voices. And it says, "Perrin's not home. Come back in the morning."
Where is Perrin?
Working, finding inspiration.
And who are you?
It's not important.
I was under the impression that Perrin lived here by himself, so I'm just curious as to, are you an intruder?
Perrin's not home.
But you're not an intruder.
Perrin's not home.
May we buy some art?
Can you do sales for Perrin?
There's no reply.
They gotta be home.
Is the door unlocked?
No, it's locked.
Do you want me to pick it? I can pick the lock.
Sir or madam?
Fail. I'm gonna get real close. Check upstairs.
One of our artists. We are. Yes.
I want to go to the side of the house.
We're gonna keep distracting.
The disguise is on, but I still can use my climbing speed, right?
Just this woman just.
And
climbing up the wall.
I'm gonna create a distraction while she's doing that. I'm like, oh, that flock of birds trying to get on the roof of the. Oh, be gone, birds! Artwork. Jimmy, what's your favorite art?
So I'm climbing to
the
like the
scenery.
window, but
Okay.
again, I'm a human looking like she's climbing up the side of this building.
It's night and there's no one on the street.
Perfect.
Yes.
Is there like a small curtain open or?
The windows are closed and they are they are glass windows. So they have been closed from the outside. You can see that there's the latch on the other side of the glass and the curtains have been drawn tightly closed. But it is enough that you can see that there is a purple bluish green glow coming from in the room somewhere that is illuminating faintly the inside of the room. But opening the window would be tricky, not impossible, either by breaking the glass or trying to... You may be able to force the latch open through the crack, but it would be I'd need a skill check.
Can Mage Hand go through things, or it has to be like it has to be open?
Technically, no. Glass is weird because it's like full cover sort of situation, but I'll allow it.
I was gonna say, can I cast it on like the other side, but I'd have to see through the curtain.
Yeah, it appears at a point you choose within range. So yeah, you could create it in the space between the curtains and the glass. Yeah.
Now, how does seeming work with like is it like invisibility where it drops when we do something, or does it just exist?
It stays. Yeah. Okay.
I would like to invisible Mage Hand the window.
Okay, you do. Open the latch on the window.
Yes, as quietly as possible.
I know it's late, but we just want to buy art.
We have come a very long way.
And we leave later.
We're leaving in the morning. We can't possibly... This is the only art buying time that we have, Jimmy.
So Veo, you climb up onto the windowsill, and with your mage hand, you pry the latch open, and and as you pull it, the mage hand has a little bit of resistance. And roll me a d6.
6.
Fortunately, it opens smoothly and quietly. The window opens. The latch is open, but the window is still closed.
I'm gonna try and open it.
Okay.
I wanna. Is there any way I can use like either the mage hand or thieves' tools or something to like pad like the hinges?
Sure. Give me a check with your thieves tools.
And that's just proficiency.
Yeah. Plus your
Oh.
dexterity.
13.
Okay. Fortunately, it slides open with only the slightest hiss. But you guys can hear it slide open from the ground.
I'm really into paintings about life.
Life is good paintings. Life makes the best paintings.
Paintings.
Paintings. You really need to put emphasis on the hissing sound of the painting.
As this is happening, can I cast silence? Actually, I should have done this.
On us? No.
On me.
That would have been a good thing to do before all
I
this.
was like, wait a second.
There's gotta be a way we could be more quiet.
Okay, it is a point that you choose, so it doesn't follow you. Remember that. So if you want to
The
cast,
only other thing I was thinking is how to pad the sound away from the window opening, because as soon as I open
Okay,
it,
well,
you're going
it-
to hear their voices come
yeah,
through.
but you could probably hear them out on the street already. So
Okay, I won't worry about it then.
yeah,
I want to listen for any movement inside.
okay. You hear none.
I want to use like one finger to like make a slit in the curtain.
Like a claw, like yeah, carve through. You peer through. Okay, you peer through the curtain. Into. As you peer through, have you smelled paint that's been left for a while? You know how it has that weird like chemical, like it's like a combination of like kind of like almost like sewagey what paint starts to like get to. That smell hits you. And you started to smell it actually once you open the window. But there is, and as you look through, you can see in this room that there are hundreds of pots of paint of various pigments and colors stacked all over in this room by canvases of paintings that have been painted over with black paint. And the paintings, and in some cases, the paintings have been slashed or ripped up. And they aren't framed or anything. It's just the canvas is stretched out. Many of the pots of paint are spilled. There is an overflowing desk and easel that is in this chamber, and all manner of old paint brushes, artist tools, and the accoutrements that to mix and make pigment and dye and paint in this room, giving it a rather acrid smell. Like there's clearly making pigments and making dyes of various colors requires acquiring some very specific things, and so you can see that there's several satchels and bags that have various plants, extracts from animals and other creatures, and that adds to the smell. And clearly many of these, but these pots and these paints, some of them are open, some of them are closed, some of them are dried up, but many are all covered in dust. It's a mess. The room is a mess. There is, as you look down, there is not even a safe way to walk from one side of the room to another. Like there's no open floor. Like the things are stacked all around, and the artist tools and paints and everything. Like maybe you could find a way to navigate through it, but it doesn't look like anyone uses this room, or if they do, they clamber over the garbage and junk of the old paints.
What's the ceiling look like?
The ceiling, looking up at the ceiling, there are it's a covered, the rooftop over there is plastered on the top, and there is a place to hang a lantern or a light that's not lit. And there are thick strands of webbing through the room.
Okay. I am gonna.
And there's a door on the opposite side, which there's just enough space. You can see that the door kind of has this, like, when it opens, the junk gets pushed out of the way, just about a foot. And whoever, like, squeezes through the door to get in the room if they need to.
I turn out the window, I guess, to these two, and I wave you like this is the way.
Well, if we can't buy art,
Then we might as well leave.
this is us leaving.
Pluto, you're gonna have to. I mean, Jimmy. As we're leaving, you might have to carry me.
I throw you over my shoulder.
This is where I belong.
Wait, do I have to carry you?
I mean, I'm
How do we
not.
get up there?
I'm.
I'm gonna take a survey. How do we get up to that second floor? Was it the window, or was there a balcony, or is it just a window?
There is a balcony, but she went in through the window.
I did go into the window.
You did go through the window.
Okay, and I'm going to dimension door.
Okay, you dimension door into the room.
Into the paint.
Okay, you land with a pop and a clamor. Crash.
At the window.
And we're in. Questions?
I can't do anything about that now.
We have entered. We are breaking and entering. It seems to be what we're doing, and now they know we're here.
Let's not turn this into a robbery.
Um,
Let's not turn this into a burglary.
This is an investigation, not a robbery.
Forced
This looks nice, though. This painting. Yeah.
The paintings that are here are not like are all every canvas has been painted over.
I'm not very good at art, so I'm like, this one looks nice, and it's just black.
Yeah.
This one reminds me of Reaper.
Aww.
It's a portrait of my soul.
I'm going to ask for this one. Now that we've broken into their
So
home.
can we
quick
see
question:
there?
do we want to go full into this, or do we want to still try to hide? Because I have two options.
How much noise am I aware that I just made?
A lot.
Let's just wait a second and see if we hear anybody coming.
I can rope trick, and we can literally watch from the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to see who comes in.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna rope trick.
Okay, you
And-
cast rope trick.
Yep.
We got clamber
Pull the
up
rope up.
And as I'm climbing up, I'm going to use minor illusion to make the sound of birds. Because I complained about the birds earlier. So that clamoring was just the birds.
It was just birds.
It was just birds. And then windows open, birds flew in here. Oh dear, we're in a rope trick.
So now we're sitting in this like circle, watching through like a.
It's like an invisible.
How long do you want to wait?
Let's start with how long is rope trick?
An hour.
We'll start with 35 seconds.
Okay, you wait 35 seconds, and listening out, you do not hear even the slightest footsteps in the house.
There was someone downstairs.
Were we talking to nobody?
Might have been talking something.
No. Ozzy said he had demons. I feel like there's layers to that.
Well, yeah, when we talk about me having demons, usually we're literally talking, like,
demons.
yeah, I have
Actual
demons,
demons.
so maybe we should take that at a literal value, and one of the demons was at the door? So when we were told that they live here alone with their demons.
So they're not really alone?
Are we ever really alone
Inner
if we have demons?
Outer demons.
I think how much longer do we wait? Like another 10 minutes?
We wait, yeah. We sit up here for 10 minutes, nothing happens.
I mean, go down the rope. I mean, it can stay there until the end if we need it.
We'll just leave it there, quick escape.
Yeah.
So
No
the closest
concentration.
door is the one that opens only a foot. and then that's when it starts to hit more refuse.
Yeah. Well, because the door would open inward, and then it hits the refuse on in this room.
I guess I can go out the door.
Can you fit through?
Yeah, it opens enough that someone could fit through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or we're just gonna go out. We don't need to be.
Maybe. What's the way downstairs?
Not if there. This is definitely one of the bedrooms or offices of the or studios of the home. So you're not in a hallway that would lead downstairs.
Before you go out, I open up my cloak and a little crow hops out with goggles on.
Oh, that's a better idea.
And Crowley's not going to fly, but he just hops out the door and
Okay.
takes a look around. And
This level where the balcony is and the stairs lead down is in a similar amount of disarray to the first room, but fortunately there is at least a pathway that leads from the stairs to the door to the working area of the artist. Arranged amongst a large desk and several easels are several finished paintings and the accoutrements that would be used to make and create them. The paintings that Crowley sees include one astonishing painting of a night sky with a eerie looking tower in blackness. Another of a bizarre landscape filled with strange trees and melting timepieces. And a final piece that features a figure about to scream.
Crowley is going to, after admiring these paintings, Crowley hops towards the stairs
Okay.
and looks down.
Crowley looks down, and through your familiar's eyes, you see the ground floor is one large room that has both a kitchen, a living space, and a pantry. The stairs lead down, and around there's a central table where people can eat. But once again, it's a disarray. Not only are there dozens, perhaps hundreds of canvases and frames, and all manner of artists' tools, old buckets of paint, materials that would be used for pigments, barrels of various things, but there's just collected refuse and other accoutrements of life, like clothes that are piled up in piles and piles and piles, but also like statues, everyday things. It's just an utter and complete mess. And Crowley looks around here and sees that there is, amongst the paintings that are down here, there is a prominent painting of a massive cockroach.
And it's big, right?
Yeah, the painting is probably 4 feet across, like 4 feet in, like 4 feet by 4 feet.
Okay.
These paintings are all large. The canvases that they're working with here are usually like 4 by 6.
Question about the paintings. Are these paintings all also moving?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
And in fact, what you can tell is that the landscape painting, the paintings are casting light. The light of their the light that of their pigments is filling these rooms and illuminating the rooms.
Crowley's going to wait there, and I'm going to snap back into my own body. The top floor seems clear. We could move out.
Yeah, it seems.
Is there
safe.
any sign of?
There's a giant cockroach downstairs, but only in painting form.
Safe.
Maybe.
Who was downstairs?
I don't know. And why didn't they come up here when we made all this noise?
You made all this noise.
When we made all this noise.
I guess we'll just have to... Do you go up first? I'll go up behind you. I'll head to the top of the stairs and wait.
Why do I go out first?
Because you're smaller.
Okay. What? I go out.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm right behind you. I go at the same time.
Why?
You go out, and you can see the paintings now with your own your own eyes. As you all step into the studio, you can all see the arranged paintings. Which painting do you look at first?
I look at the night sky with the tower.
I want to look at the clocks one.
Okay.
The scream!
Okay. Each of you can roll me a d6.
1!
5.
5.
5.
Okay. Veo, as you look at the portrait of the screaming figure, it animates and moves just as the others do. And you see it in your mind as it takes its hands and brings them around the side of its elongated face, and its mouth opens, and the scream erupts from the painting, reverberating through the room. Give me a wisdom saving throw. Or sorry. Not a wisdom saving throw. I need a constitution saving throw.
Only Veo?
Only Veo for now.
Good.
Okay. Oh, well, 7.
Wait, can I? Oh, no, I can't.
Help me!
Okay. The scream reverberates in your mind, Veo, and you feel its piercing howl calling to the existential dread that the threat of the grave poses to us all. And you're going to take a little bit of damage.
Oh, no.
You take 45 necrotic damage.
Oh, fun.
Oh my gosh.
No.
What does this look like to us?
You see it animate and move, but the two of you don't hear the scream.
What was it?
Because the scream comes from Veo.
I
We're trying to be quiet.
Why are you
Are
screaming?
you hungry? What do you need?
I'm like rifling for some pie. I pull out like some fish.
Scream of the fish.
The Veo's screaming breaks the two of your gazes from the respective paintings that you were looking at, and so I don't need saving throws from the two of you.
I start like, I'm like shaking Veo as she's still screaming, like, snap out of it. I'm going, like, okay, how aware am I that the painting may have done this to Veo? What are the chances?
You get to decide that.
I saw you look at the painting. I saw you start screaming and holding your ears. I look at the screaming painting. Oh no. I look at the screaming painting.
Roll a d6.
2.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw.
13.
Okay, you glance just a little bit at it, but you know when you gaze into the abyss, the abyss gazes back into you. For the record, you rolled a 2, so you had an easier saving throw, but you still failed. And so Sebastian, you look at Veo, you look at the painting, and then you scream as well. And you're gonna take 40 necrotic damage.
Love it.
We're just screaming at each other.
I begin screaming Ignatius as I reveal the sword, and I'm now on like high alert.
Okay.
I'm looking for whatever danger is coming.
Well, that sounds like you might be looking at the painting, so roll me a d6.
I point at the painting as I'm screaming, and you look at it.
3.
Okay. You have not rolled so low. If you wish, you can now immediately avert your gaze and or close your eyes, and I'll give you +5 to your saving throw.
I will close my eyes.
Okay.
Con save?
Yep.
This is my 22.
Okay, you take no damage. You close your eyes.
And I'm just holding my sword, and I'm just.
Am I able to still react, or am I too busy screaming?
It's just once the scream is done and you take the damage, it's over now.
I run up and I put my foot through the painting.
Okay. Your foot doesn't stop at the canvas.
Oh, I go full force, so like, oh no.
He drop kicks it.
We're not gonna jump into the painting, but I'm gonna.
So
I
you
run off
feel like
with
you
it.
should have felt like something crack, but instead you slip through into the roiling landscape of the horrific painting. And Sebastian Veo, Veo and Pluto, you see Sebastian rendered in the artistic style in the painting. Yep. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
What happened? What happened?
I got a wisdom.
Yeah.
16.
Okay, you do not take another bucket load of psychic damage.
If I turn around, is there an exit, or am I just in this painting? I turn around in the painting.
For you, the painting doesn't look like a painting anymore. You are in the midst. You're standing in a sunset, with it where there is a haggard figure before you, screaming, on a pier overlooking a lake.
Oh, I don't like this. But it still looks like painty. No.
No, it looks real now.
And the figures, I imagine, weirdly proportioned, like the scream painting has come alive and is screaming at me, and it's weird.
I'm gonna take a gamble.
Pluto.
I want to open my eyes and try to look for Sebastian first.
Okay, you see Sebastian in the painting.
I'm gonna try to reach through and grab him.
Okay. You do. You reach through, and it's almost like a hand appears from out of reality and grabs you, Sebastian.
And I'm gonna pull him back through the painting.
Does it work?
Yeah.
And I pull him back in.
Oh, that's a problem.
I take the painting and turn it around to not face us.
Is there like a nearby drop sheet that I can throw over?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Oh, I was thinking kicking the back of the canvas in.
I mean, that's a play we can do.
Here's Sebastian, do this side.
I don't want to touch those. I'm done with paintings. We're over. I don't like art.
You know what?
Not a fan.
Way to go, Art. You ruined it for everyone. You ruined yourself.
This is why you get your funding cut.
That's right. The first thing on the chopping block.
I have some questions. I have some questions. What just happened? Where did I go?
Into a painting.
Why?
Ignatius.
Thank you.
Because of Ignatius.
We are onto something.
Am I still in a painting?
No. No.
All right. That was weird.
I think we need to figure out where Perrin is. They might be in trouble.
What if they're in their own paintings? What if... Don't touch the cockroach painting downstairs. I'm just throwing that out there right now.
What if what we spoke to at the front door was the cockroach?
The cockroach answered the door? Well, anything's possible at this point. I mean...
I think we need to find Perrin.
Wait. If I can go into the painting, can the thing in the painting come out?
I think so.
What are we basing that on?
Delirium.
Covers a lot of ground.
I'm going to... This is probably a bad idea, but I'm going to uncover the screen painting.
Try another one.
And I'm going to... I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to use my Thieves' Tools mirror to flip the painting around and look at it. Is the creature moving at all?
Looking through the mirror, the painting isn't moving anymore. And in fact, in the mirror, it looks absolutely amateurish. It looks like just the most... It like, you know how people look at art and they're like, my 5-year-old could do that? Like, that's like, it is literally a poor reflection of a masterpiece.
I know this is dumb, but I have to do it. Now that I'm seeing that, I'm like, oh, and I'm going to look back at the painting.
Roll d6!
1.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, guys, it's fine. Oh,
No.
that's going to be a 16.
That's a success.
Oh.
So you only take half of the...
Oh,
Oh no.
And you only scream slightly, taking 22 necrotic damage.
is the creature moving towards the entrance of the painting? When I...
This... Whatever this figure in this painting is, if they could move out of the painting, they don't care to. The anguished figure screaming alone, locked away in this painting, has no interest in escaping the reality that it is in.
I turn it back around and cover it up and grab my head, which really hurts right now. All right, that was for science. I needed to do some tests, and I'm going to drink a potion.
What if what Ozzy was saying about Perrin is true? What if they painted their demons?
That would be ill-advised, wouldn't it? If they are aware that their paintings are portals to other realms, why would you paint a giant cockroach?
Well, it might not have been a choice. There could be something else going on. That's why I think we need to clear this house, cover all the paintings, and find Perrin, because I don't think they're well. And I think, well, we don't really know the last time that Ozzy interacted with them, but it could have been weeks, right? Like, we don't know that they keep in touch. Like, the paintings we saw, at first they were very timid. They were very mild. These are like exaggerations. We don't know what kind of holes they've opened, what kind of doors they've opened. So, and if I know anything about portals, which I've seen, they don't tend to have good things on the other side of them. I say we quickly move through the house, covering any of the paintings that still exist. Don't look at them.
Use the mirror.
Don't look at them.
Use the mirror.
I was doing tests.
You've learned a lot.
The thing that I still don't know, though, is are they capable of leaving the paintings? Because covering them... What about the paintings in the manor that we're staying at?
Well,
I mean, it's not like a beautiful sunset's going to come and get us, but...
Yeah. Can we try smashing one of the paintings from behind?
Be my guest. I'm not
I-
going to.
Turn the painting.
Which one are you going to destroy?
The scream? The scream.
yeah, that's the one that I feel like is the least valuable.
It hurts.
You're going to destroy it from the backside of the canvas?
Yeah, I
Want
want
me to destroy it? Or
Can
do you...
Ignatius just like a
Yeah.
yep, yep.
So I'm just gonna try to just give it a heave, just a once down right through the top.
You shear the artwork in half, and as it clatters to the ground, there is a strange reverberation, and you can roll a d20.
I'm sorry.
Oh no!
There's been an incident.
I got a 13.
Okay, you have triggered an arcane anomaly.
That's what we look for.
13. Tendrils of life flow from the nearest creature to others. It must make a DC 15 or take 86 necrotic damage, half on a success, and the 3 nearest creatures regain hit points equal to the damage taken. So that would be you.
So I'm rolling a save.
Yep.
I get a... what am I trying to do?
Constitution.
I'm going to use Indomitable.
Okay.
Because I got a 10, a 2 with a +8, and now I got a 23.
Okay, you succeed, but you still take half damage. So that's going to be... okay. So it would have been 20 damage, but you take 10 on that on the success, and then you two each regain 10 hit points.
Yay! Sorry, Bluna.
That's okay. It was probably worth it. I probably could have
For
just
20
failed the
points
save.
with the
to give you
healing.
as 20, but you know what?
That should be a
Uh,
skill.
so
Yeah.
the paintings are able to be destroyed. We just have to deal with magical surges
I think we should try to collect the paintings.
and burn them.
Well, could we cut them with delirium?
It might be that Ignatius was able to destroy it. I don't think normal means can destroy these things. It's likely that we need something magical. But if at least we know that the paintings are here, we can collect them and pick them up on our way out. But I still think that Perrin may still be in trouble.
Yeah. I think if there's any paintings that we find that may be malicious, maybe we destroy those ones.
In the moment.
In the moment, just to make sure that they don't cause more.
But like more
problems.
trees and stuff, you can just leave them.
Yeah.
You can just leave them.
Exactly.
So what are you going to do?
Down the stairs.
Yeah, clear out downstairs.
You head down the stairs. Many of the paintings here are of landscapes, aside from the prominent painting of the cockroach, which, as you come down the stairs and you all avert your gaze.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. In that case,
Wait,
I will
where's
have
the
all of you
conversation?
still give me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, that's not my good one.
9.
19.
13.
Okay, Sebastian succeeds, but Veo and Paluto fail. You each take 15 points of psychic damage. And
Do I take half?
you don't take any, and you are both stunned just for a moment looking upon it.
Earlier, Crowley looked at the paintings.
Crowley's a familiar, and because of Crowley's intelligence score, Crowley doesn't get affected by the paintings in the way that a person does.
Crowley perches on my head, and then I go into Crowley vision, and now I'm just walking around seeing through Crowley's eyes, and I'm going to examine. I walk up to the cockroach painting and examine it through Crowley
Okay.
while they're stunned.
Holy
Okay.
vision.
As you come up to the painting, having now succeeded your saving throw against the painting, you walk up to it, and it chitters and hisses and says, "You're not welcome here."
Is that the voice I heard at the front door?
Yes.
I'm going to run back and start shaking these two.
All right.
Don't look at the painting. Cockroach, what is your name?
My name is Gregory.
Gregory, why are we not welcome here?
You were not invited.
We still look like art people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perrin will be back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow.
Where is Perrin?
Perrin's gone.
What have you done with them?
Perrin's not in the house right now.
Do you care about Perrin?
Perrin needs me.
Is Perrin okay?
Perrin will make beautiful art.
Revealing, I want to continue the line of questioning and with Ignatius ignited.
Okay.
Where is Perrin?
Perrin's come to the other side. You can't come.
Is Perrin in the painting?
Is Perrin in there with you? Ignatius.
The creature grumbles and groans and skitters, but does not reply.
We have to go in the painting?
Oh, what's the worst that can happen?
You
Well,
can teleport us out of there, right?
I cannot.
You can't take them. They're mine.
Well, this sounds like we're going into a painting.
wait, are there paints around?
Yes, there are many paints. I've described the many, many paints.
I'm wondering.
Paint a funny hat on him.
Yeah. Is there any way that I can take some of the paint and start to the magical paint and get close to the painting? I want to threaten him.
Okay.
I'm gonna take off some of your arms.
You see, there are several pots of paint. And as you now look around, they're upstairs. You see the bag that has the ground up delirium dust that has been being mixed with the pigments.
We should just confiscate that.
So, do I need to mix some of that with some of the paint?
There's some that's done. There's some that's ready to go.
Okay, so I start. I mean, do I have gloves? I don't even know if I ever have gloves.
They're- Curiously, as you look through, there are several bottles of another medium. They're empty, but the delirium dust has been mixed with some kind of emulsion that would have been contained in these bottles. So it's not just putting delirium dust into regular paint, it's mixing it with something else that there's none of this. You notice this as you look through. There's none of this other material that has not been mixed in. So delirium is the only thing that Perrin has extra of right now. Whatever this emulsion or this slurry was that is being used as the base of the paint is they've mixed it all basically in with the delirium.
Okay.
But yeah, you are able to grab, like, what's interesting about it is that as you dip your paintbrush into the paint, which is octarine in color, and as you lift it out of the pot, whatever color you're thinking about, the brush turns into that color.
Oh, okay. So I do this. I pull it out, and I'm thinking, I don't think. Guys, I've always considered myself a very amateur painter, very amateur. If I put some of this over this cockroach's mouth...
Don't you dare!
Oh, like
You would defile a masterpiece! How dare you!
And I...
Tell us where Perrin is.
Okay, as you yell that, roll for initiative.
Using paint is my weapon! Oh.
All right, what do we got?
I have 19.
Okay.
I got a 4.
I got a 2.
Uh-oh. I mean, she is the one with the paintbrush.
Yeah, you're in charge.
So I beat you all on initiative.
I knew it.
The cockroach bursts forth from the painting.
Oh, that's a... What? That's not a cockroach. Oh, no.
Okay, question though. Okay. Is he still look like paint or is he full flesh?
He looks real. It looks very real.
The paintbrush, it does nothing.
It looks very real. As a colossal cockroach with more legs than it should have and scything blades for arms and horrific mandibles bursts out of the painting towards you, Veo, as you come at it with the paintbrush. As it does so, the chittering, it unleashes this maddening chittering. Veo, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
17.
You just made it. You are not paralyzed by the horror of the creature.
Yay!
Okay. You are now immune to this condition. So you don't have to make saves against it at all. However, it is going to go right for you, attacking you with its bite and
The
claws.
paint, it does nothing.
You're like painting it.
So its bite, I get a 26 to hit. That's going to be 28 piercing damage as it goes right to bite your arm and like right where that you're holding, and then it comes with the scything blades.
Can I uncanny dodge the first one?
Yep. So that turns 28 damage to 14. I get 2 more hits for 21 and 26 to hit.
Both of those hit because I don't have any more.
24 and 24. So total. So that's another 14, 24, 24.
Hold on. Oh, I'm down.
Okay.
Oh, okay. When it comes out, are we all based with each other?
Yeah. Did it down you on the last attack?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't like to get his claws dirty, I guess.
I want to at least use my sentinel
Okay.
to cleave into this awful creature. Getting a 24 to hit
Alrighty, that's a hit.
with Ignatius. Getting 21 damage.
Okay.
And I want to use... How big is it?
It's a huge creature.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to use, if I can, distracting strike.
Okay.
Deal another 9 damage, and the next attack against it has advantage.
Okay, so it bursts forth with the paintings, biting and slashing at Veo as she goes limp on the ground, and you're able to cleave into it with Ignatius, but Veo is on the ground, and it turns its attention immediately towards the two of you to destroy you. It is Veo's turn, though.
Here we go.
Do it.
So I do need a death saving throw, Veo.
Well, no.
Not a natural one, though.
No. Fail. I
One
rolled a 2.
failed death save. Okay.
So,
Sebastian, it is your turn.
Pluto, save Veo, and I'm going to I wind that isn't there starts blowing through my cloak and hair, and I throw out my arms, and these shadowy tendrils lash out and attempt to wrap around the cockroach, and I'm going to cast Hold Monster on it.
Okay.
yes.
I have to make a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
DC 18.
I get a 17.
The shadowy tendrils lash out and grab its mandibles and just hold it into place. It is incapacitated. It is paralyzed. So I pull it down to the ground with these shadowy tendrils, and I'm holding it in place. And I'm like, Pluto, I've got this thing for now. Save Veo. And I'm gonna hold there.
All right. Pluto, it's your turn.
I run to Veo, and Veo, what kind of potions do you have on you?
Greater. I have 2 greater.
I pour a greater potion down your throat.
Yeah.
And then I action surge.
Okay.
And I begin the onslaught.
Don't you auto it paralyzed?
I think paralyzed. Paralyzed means that you auto crit.
So I'm holding it, all these shadowy tendrils from my
No.
arms, and
No. If the creature was within...
You still have to roll to hit. Yeah.
yeah. But if you hit, you crit.
Okay, well, does a 18 hit?
Yes.
Does a 29 hit?
Yes.
And does a 30 hit?
Yes. Oh.
So I pull it down to the ground with the tendrils. You save Veo and then run in. Yay!
Okay, so what's our crit rules? It's dice, damage, plus dice.
Yeah.
It's max dice.
Max damage plus dice.
Okay, so...
Oh, I might be very dead.
Or 30 to 96.
I did what you did. I wrote it down.
106. 116. So it's 126 damage before I start rolling dice.
So I pull it down and its face is right there,
Wait,
Veo.
really?
It's
Is that for all three?
24. Yeah. So it's 32 damage on just dice.
It's 3 hits.
Yeah. So that's 96 plus 30. So that's 126 plus the dice roll.
Do you want to roll it?
Yeah.
This could be a record. So let's go for it.
6. 6 plus 199.
I wish you got 1 more damage. I'm just gonna say that, but that's still amazing.
I mean, like, re-roll some damage dice.
What happens?
So it's like, I imagine it's just this, because it's being held in place, I begin to just go, and like as I take off legs, it's still held in place. So it's just basically me carving it like I would a statue. And slowly just dismembering bits and pieces as you can see the wincing and the terror on its face as I slowly begin to just take it down to nothing more than an unrecognizable shell.
As Sebastian releases the energy of the Hold Monster spell, the shower of gore is instead a shower of paint.
And it just covered with like octarine and blue and yellow and...
Yeah.
Pluto, I'm so attracted to you right now.
I'm like super wet.
Me too. On account of the paint.
Yeah, this paint is everywhere.
Sure
Are
is.
you okay, Veo?
Yes, thank you. You know, I thought the paintbrush would be mightier than the sword, but in this case, definitely not.
You guys want to go into a painting?
Oh, we stopped going. Oh.
We still have to find our new friend.
Do you think they're in there?
You think Perrin's in there?
That's what the... we can question the cockroach. I say he's like squishing a puddle of paint. I'm pretty sure the cockroach said that they were in there. And that they weren't allowed to
In
leave.
that painting, though? In the cockroach painting? Or one of the potential other ones in this room?
Hopefully not the one you destroyed.
Do you mean the scream?
Oh yeah, we didn't...
Whoops.
I'm gonna... I mean...
I guess that would take care of
Odds
our...
are in our favor.
That would take care of our problem. But...
The cockroach painting no longer has a cockroach, and...
No, in fact, beyond is a vast subterranean cavern. On the like with the cockroach removed, there's like an an underground tunnel.
Now this is gonna be wild, but when we go in there, if something happens outside to the painting, as low odds as that is, it could trap us in there. So my thought is we send Crowley in
that was good, yeah. Yeah.
and have Crowley scout out the subterranean area, or maybe even just one of us go in while the other two stay back, or one stay out and two go in. Some kind of...
Now, here's the interesting thing, and we're going to try this. Crowley was not affected by looking at the paintings. Crowley, go! And Crowley flies into the painting,
Splat.
and Crowley dies.
No, Crowley just stops at the edge of the painting.
Darn it!
So we...
As a magical creature, as a familiar, Crowley just can't go into it.
Sorry, Crowley.
Just like burn surface.
Ooh. Do you have... Are those animals in your bag magical?
Yeah, I throw a fuzzy ball at it.
Oh no!
And then
Okay.
what appears is...
Okay, we need a real animal.
we need
Hey, I'm a real animal. I'll go.
Well, no, I have beast sense, so I can use a real creature.
Oh, there's a tiger in the room now, by the way.
magic tiger just walking around.
You can go lay down over there.
Ludo, we don't want magical tigers. We want real tigers.
I mean, I guess the tiger can watch the painting while you...
Wait. We tie a rope to the tiger.
No, the tiger can't go in.
We go in.
Oh.
I'm trying to avoid us going in by using real animal, but that I can magic through their eyes.
There might be more paint cockroaches in there, so...
That's fine.
Okay.
So a real something.
Look,
If one of us has to go in, I think that all of us have to go in, is what I'm saying.
Yes. Question though, is it a good idea to take the painting that we're going in and put it potentially in the rope trick? Because I'm assuming that's, or is that like a dimension and a dimension? Is that a bad idea?
That might be a bad idea.
Okay.
If I learned anything in school,
It's don't put a dimension in another dimension.
Wait, is a tiny hut a dimension?
no.
Could we put the painting in a tiny hut?
And then nobody knows the...
But
Yeah.
you can't leave the tiny hut. Because if you leave the tiny hut, I think it collapses.
Even in,
Even if we're in a...
even if
no.
we're in a dimension. Yeah.
Okay, what if, like, I'm assuming the painting is also from a point of view, right? So my concern is that if one of us goes in, we can't get out without the help of others. So let's just try this. I want to step into the cockroach lair.
Okay.
I'm gonna step through the painting, and I'm gonna. You guys wait here. I'm gonna see what it's like to go in.
Take a rope and we'll hold the rope.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tie a rope.
As you go into the painting, the rope follows him into the painting.
Okay.
And it and on the other side, the rope is just trailing off behind you. And you climb into the painting and you're in a subterranean tunnel. But it is small. It is cramped. It is under deep beneath the earth and is wet. There are roots here and there. And the tunnel is maybe at most 2.5 to 3 feet wide. So you are on your belly, clambering like a bug through the tunnel.
Can you hear us through the painting? I say to Pluto.
Can you hear us? I think
So
he
I
said
can't even
yes.
really turn around at this point. Like I'm kind of like stuck. Whatever.
The tunnel's wide enough that turning around is possible, but for you in full plate armor and not being a very dexterous person, it is hard, and you could like, if you're trying to do it fast, you could risk getting stuck.
I'm claustrophobic thinking about this.
Yeah. I'm going to just spend all of my energy to just give 2 tugs on the rope.
We never established what that meant.
You feel 2 tugs on the other side of the rope.
No, he needs more slack.
No.
That's what 2 tugs means, right?
No. When you're tugging on the rope, it means he wants our attention, which probably means he needs out.
Well, we can't communicate.
Wait, can we see in the painting?
Yeah, you can see him in the painting.
I guess we'll pull. Okay, wait, we start pulling.
Okay, you pull Pluto out.
Yes?
Is that what 2 tugs means?
What does 2 tugs mean?
Why were you so late? Pulling.
See?
I thought maybe you needed some more slack.
No, that place was awful. It was just cramped and dirty. I don't know if Perrin's down there, but
I mean, just because it's awful doesn't mean that's not.
The tunnel led far into the darkness, beyond what you can see.
I didn't really investigate.
I mean, you're in full plate armor. It looked pretty tight in there. Dude,
It was tight.
do we need to send somebody smaller, more nimble?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can go.
How are you with Are you okay with small spaces?
I take the biggest ration I have and I throw it in.
I jump through. Okay. Hopefully it's a pie. Oh, we don't have pie yet. What if I die without ever tasting this good pie?
Wait, we have to tie the rope to you.
No, she already jumped through.
Yeah, she jumped through without the rope.
Whoops.
You're in the painting. It is very, very narrow.
Is it dark?
It is
Very dark.
No
one can see me.
Yeah.
Can you guys see me? You guys can't
Yeah,
see me?
actually, you wouldn't even be able to see her because she becomes invisible in darkness.
Uh-oh.
No, we lost.
I can't even, we can't get her out.
No, I tie a rope to you
Okay.
and I push you in.
I appear in the
But you
tunnel.
can't see her because she's still in.
Right into
Theo!
Right into the...
Theo!
I'm right here!
Yeah. You pull her tail.
Okay.
No!
I'm gonna just hold your tail. I'm in here with you,
Okay, I guess we're going forward.
I guess.
More slack. More slack.
What do I see?
The tunnel twists and turns in the darkness. As you clamber, there is a creaking and a cracking as you realize that you are crushing cockroaches under your claws as you clamber forth down into the cavernous tube.
I mean, protein, you know?
Oh, I need a bath. Okay,
Gotta tie more
what does
rope.
Pluto see? Do we disappear into the painting? Does the rope?
How long is the rope?
I mean, we're gonna start with the first 50 feet.
Yeah.
It
I'm
goes
gonna
past
add-
50 feet.
I have 2.
I'm gonna add another 50 feet.
Did you ever just arrive on what 2 tugs means?
No.
And we can't hear, right? So you can't even say pork chops.
Nope.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm just gonna.
Oh,
I'll know.
we can
I'll
cast
know.
magic in here, right?
I'll know. I'll know. I'm just petting the tiger.
As you crawl through on your hands and knees, you feel the insects skittering around you.
Theo!
They crawl on your arms, across your back, behind your ear, on your face.
I'll be honest. Veo's curious. I eat one.
Oh yep. Yep.
One crawls into my mouth where I'm like, Vale, what do you...
Oh, you're trying them too? They don't taste great. Really reminds me of home, though.
Tastes like paint.
It does taste like pain.
Oh.
Blech. I mean, like, at least I can say I've tried.
Pluto, what are you gonna do?
I'm on high alert. So I've got classic, like almost like a slack line sort of technique. So I've got the rope around me once and I'm slowly giving them slack.
How much rope do you have?
I only have 100 feet right now.
Okay, they've gone to the 100 feet.
And so I'm going to do like a once around my arm and then hold.
Okay.
I grab Vale's tail as I step. We're at a rope. What? Can you call for them?
Call for what?
Them.
Them?
The person we're looking for.
Perrin?
Perrin. Can you call for Perrin?
Perrin!
It echoes down the narrow hole, reverberating downwards. Perrin, 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 Perrin. You hear nothing in response.
Oh, Perrin.
Oh.
Oh.
We could make a song. Now's not the time.
So, we could either let go of the rope and at least have the rope to lead us back to where we were before, or Pluto can come with us. What do you think? I don't know if they're in here.
How far can this tunnel go?
Well, it's painting. As
Fair.
far as the imagination.
What if you just go ahead a little? No?
Okay, yeah, I can.
I don't know.
As long as we can stay within earshot and there's no...
I'm going to keep talking and you're going to crawl while I speak and you're not going to leave the sound of my voice behind too far.
Okay,
And if there's any forks in the road, you don't.
I don't.
You come back.
Yep.
Just how far does it go forever? What's the nope.
Nope.
Go for it.
All right.
Vale, you crawl forward until finally how far forward? You can still hear Sebastian's voice. until finally it opens into a large cavern where you can stand. There in this cavern are countless delirium crystals, all growing out of the walls. There are skittering cockroaches all around, and in the midst of the cavern is a strange eldritch altar set before 3 strange platforms where reverberating energies crackle, one in green, one in fiery red, and one in blue. And that's where we're going to end for the night.
Woo!
Okay. So Pluto's alone in a house. I'm alone in a tunnel. Veo's alone in a
Further
creepy
up
room with a... How far away from me did she... Like, how far back am I?
Maybe like 300 feet.
Also, just correction, I'm not alone. I have a tiger.
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche.
Well, that is where we will leave it for the time being. Join us next time when we find out just where this awful cockroach tunnel leads. A big thank you, as always, to our amazing cast of players, Jill, Kelly, and Joe for playing tonight.
And a huge thank you to Kyle for all of the work that he does behind the scenes. And since we're back in the basement, Kyle's actually here.
Oh, buddy!
It's good to be back. It's so good to be back.
Yes.
And a huge thank you as well to our Dungeon Master, Monty Martin, for running one of the first games that actually hit on some of fears. I got, not in a bad way, but I did get uncomfortable. Bugs and tight spaces, not my jam. Not my jam. Don't love it. Good job.
Love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
In our game tonight, we had the opportunity to use some incredible assets produced by some talented artists. They've graciously given us permission to use them in our live stream games, and you can use them in your games too, and we encourage you to check out and support some amazing creators. We have some amazing set pieces by Dwarven Forge, some miniatures by Hero Forge and WizKids.
Yep.
And the music by Tabletop Audio, so go out and check them out.
We also got some very cool pieces in there by Mantic Games. The artwork frames that I painted very hastily as well.
Of course, don't forget to look at the links below for our Teespring store. You can find all of your favorite Dungeon Dudes shirts. Check out bit.ly/Dungeon Dudes merch.
Our videos are made possible because we have an incredible community of Patreon supporters backing us up. If you enjoy the work that we do here on YouTube, Twitch, and elsewhere, please consider becoming a supporter of our channel by following the links in the description below or at patreon.com/dungeon_dudes.
We also have a phenomenal Discord community exclusive for our patrons. So if you're joining us on Patreon, make sure to join us on Discord, where you can chat with us about all things Drakkenheim and anything else that you feel like talking to us about. We're in there a lot, and we love to hang out. So join us on Discord.
We also got new episodes dropping on YouTube every other Tuesday and every Thursday.
And you can join us next Tuesday when you can catch the episodes of Drakkenheim live from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can catch the video episodes of the show on Fridays on YouTube, or check us out as an audio-only podcast as well.
Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time as we decide the fate of Drakkenheim.